So, wow, it's been a whirlwind. I've been on a whirlwind. I'd like to say it was a tour. It feels like I've been on tour. We've just had such a busy month in September. We had an amazing Four Agreements workshop here, and it had over 90 people attend. Michael talked about the 5 Agreement Challenge that I'm starting tomorrow. We're doing an online virtual course, taking a super deep dive into the Toltec wisdom of the 4 agreements, and now the 5th agreement by Don Jose Ruiz, Don Miguel Ruiz's son. So we're going to take a deep dive. Everyone's welcome. We're offering this course by donation, so please join us, and we would love to have you, and talk to me afterwards about that. And then we also, Michael and I just got back from a conference. We went to Missouri, to just outside of Kansas City, and we went to the 25th annual Affiliated New Thought Network conference. Now, I happen to be on the board of directors of this conference, which I'm really, not the conference, of this organization, and it was an amazing gathering of souls. We had about 100 people, and our conference was held at Unity Village, just outside of Kansas. And Unity Village is the sister organization to us. It's another New Thought movement, another church, another. I don't really like to use the word church because we've evolved kind of from that old school languaging. So we're a center, a spiritual center. Unity is another spiritual center. And their headquarters is where we were. I was so moved and touched to be on this holy ground. It's been in operation for around 130 years. And one of the things I found to be most heart-opening is they have something called Silent Unity there, and it's an arm of their organization that has a huge building with several different chapels, a peace chapel, and upstairs there's this tower, and it's like a lighthouse, and there's a light on it 24/7, and in this, below the tower, is the prayer room. And that prayer room is open 24 hours a day. And there are people praying in there. And they have been 24 hours a day for 123 years. Now, they pray for the Catholics, the Catholics and Christians, they pray for all faiths. They get prayer requests. Millions of people call in on their prayer lines asking for prayers. And Unity is there to support. They often receive prayer requests from people in tragedies or crisis. So it's very likely that they would hear about something many hours before the news hears about it. So we as Anton, Affiliated New Thought Network members, got invited to join this prayer ritual. And so we put ourselves on the schedule, and we actually got to go into the Silent Unity and pray with the prayer partners. And so I took all of you there with me, and I took all of your names into that space. So I know that the blessings that come from that deep awareness and faith in the power of prayer, the power of love to be able to heal and to uplift and inspire and make our lives better, you're all in there. So expect a miracle. And if you're noticing you've got more energy lately, or that stiffness in your neck has gone away, or something like that, you can just thank me and Michael. So anyway, we had a great time. I encourage all of you, if you want to attend a spiritual conference, to be surrounded and immersed in a rich metaphysical teaching with individuals that are seriously passionate about being the change they wish to see in the world, come to this conference. Start saving now. We're going to be holding it next year at Unity Village again, and it will be in, I think, October the 14th. So it's around, I think it's around $900. It includes lodging, it includes food, and all of the workshops. And there's just tons of workshops. And so I know that you can do it. If you want to be there, I'll be there with you. So anyway, moving right along to my talk today, I decided to call my talk Unity, because I was on the Unity campus. And I thought that the word unity is really what we're being called to realize. Coco shared a little bit about that in his song, that it's time for us to come together, to really see ourselves as one, and to extend love out to all beings, so that we can heal this sense of separation, this delusion of separation that we seem to be. It's almost like a virus or something that we've been downloaded with or conditioned into, to believe that we're separate, that we're not one, because science has proven that we're all connected. Broken down to the smallest minuscule level, subatomic particles, we're all made of the same stuff. We're all connected. And so when we tune into this, when we tune into our oneness, what happens is amazing energy is unleashed. So today I'm going to take the word unity, the acronym unity, and explore some ways that we can activate this awakened consciousness and move into our true nature, our essential self, what the mystics and the masters have taught throughout the ages, our true identity. It's what Jesus, the master teacher, taught us. It's what the Buddha shared with us. The teachings of Krishna and the teachings, all the mystical teachings, talk about this same thing of coming together, realizing we're one, and realizing that love is the healing power of the universe. So unity. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of Science of Mind and my teacher, well, he's passed now, he passed in the 60s, but I still consider him right here teaching me in my ear as I read his materials, and I've been doing it all week in preparation for this talk. He defines unity as the oneness of God in man and woman, the unity of parts, a result of many drawn together into one perfect, harmonious whole, oneness. So I take the word U, the letter U from unity, and I chose the word unloose. It's a word that Ernest Holmes used, and it's kind of an old word, or maybe we don't use it today. But I want to explore this idea of unloose or unleash. All nature conspires to produce and manifest the freedom of the individual, that it may unloose its own energy. So, we have some energy within us that if we're not aware of our unity, our oneness, that power, our innate power, sort of becomes so small and so mysteriously absent that we're unable to really truly step into our authentic power. So I want to do a little process with you. I'm going to do a little process with each letter. So close your eyes, and we're going to activate the energy of unity together. So breathe in and out, releasing any tension from the body, releasing heavy emotions that may be weighing on your heart. Releasing mental energy by letting go of any worry, doubt, or fear. You know it's only a habit, and you're ready to let it go now. Ready to let go of being critical, judgmental, sharing unsolicited advice or negative opinions. Take a breath in and out. And just do a little inventory. Is there anyone you need to apologize to? Because I know that when we've got that energy stuck in our bodies, we're It keeps us from really expressing our true light, our true nature. Is there anybody you need to forgive? Just listen. And just say silent, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And just let that go with a big breath. So I want you to breathe, know, and repeat after me. I know that all nature conspires to set me free. I know that all nature conspires to set me free and unloose its awesome energy as me. And unloose its awesome energy as me. Deep breath. And open the eyes. Okay, so we've connected with that idea that in order to feel unity and tap into this power, we have to unloose. We have to unloose this idea of criticism, fear, doubt, worry, and just allow that to be let go of. So it will set us free. So N is the next word in unity. And I chose the words new order. Dr. Ernest Holmes says, we are surrounded by a power which will cast out all fear from our minds, free us from all bondage, and set us safe, satisfied in a new order of living. We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer, a power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous, in a new light and in a new life. And when we express a greater livingness, then life is more completely expressing itself through us. So, we have the ability to tap into a whole new level of who and what we are, a whole new life can be experienced by us as we start to let go and release and step into this amazing new world that for us it may be invisible, because the world, the kingdom, as they say in the ancient scripts, the kingdom, the queendom has been given. Life is abundant of possibilities and potentialities. We've been given so much, but yet we seem to only take a little bit of it for ourselves. Maybe we have self-worth issues, or we don't know that we can actually do something. So we limit ourselves. So we have to become aware of this ability to have a greater, broader, wider experience, a new life, a new order of being. And so that's the next word. It's new order. It's a new act, a new realm of existence that's available to us as we step into this greater sense of unity. So I want to do another little process, closing the eyes. And breathe in and out, knowing that I am free from all bondage. That which used to hold me back is now vaporizing, disappearing into the no-thingness from whence it came. All fear is cast out of my mind. And I am now cutting the binds that have kept me connected to disempowering thoughts, limiting beliefs, habits, and ways of being. And in this newness, in this new order of being, I declare, so please repeat after me. The power of spirit within sets me free. The power of spirit within sets me free into a new order of living. I express a greater livingness,
I express a greater willingness.
And life is more completely expressing itself as me.
And life is more completely expressing itself as me.
I have within me a power so great.
I have within me a power so great.
I overcome every obstacle.
I overcome every obstacle.
I am safe, satisfied, and at peace.
I am safe, satisfied, and at peace.
I am healed and prosperous.
I am healed and prosperous.
Breath in and out and open the eyes. So are you getting a sense when you read, when you hear these words, as you say them out loud to yourself, are you getting a sense that you can claim these truths as your own? You know, we hear affirmations and maybe we don't believe them. They're very powerful. If you could pick an affirmation and say it to yourself on a regular basis over the course of a week and just notice the shift in your energy around whatever it is you're affirming, you'll become a believer and you'll become conditioned to utilize this power that is your mind to create a greater experience for yourself. And you'll no longer tolerate the negative and limiting and disempowering thoughts that the mind seems to default to. Because don't we have that going on?
Yes.
That disempowering inner monologue or dialogue that keeps us from really stepping out there into a new order or a greater sense of livingness. So watch your words and try some affirmations this week. So the next letter is I, and it's identity. There is but one mind in the universe, and man uses it. Man is an identity in the universe, a center of God consciousness. This is Dr. Ernest Holmes. There is but one mind and one law which all people use, consciously or unconsciously, constructively or destructively. One spirit, one mind, one law, one substance, but many forms. There is one ultimate reality, but within this one there are many experiences. So you are one of the experiences in the one. You have a divine identity. You are a spiritual being having a very human experience, but you have spiritual powers. You have access to this amazing power, the power of your mind and the power to direct your thoughts so that you can co-create the life that you want. Because every thought you think manifests on the outside. Thoughts become things. And you are the thinker that thinks the thoughts that create the things. So every time you think, you're creating. So remember your true identity as a powerful co-creative force for good. And Dr. Ernest Holmes calls it a center for divine consciousness. I think of myself as a distribution center for all the love that there is. A distribution center for all the nice, kind, positive words that I can think of. And so it's always in my awareness, my identity is that I am the hands of God serving, the mind of God knowing, and the heart of God loving. We all are. We all have this innate ability, but we've forgotten who we are. So the I in unity is identity. Remember who you are. Okay, so I'm going to activate the energy of unity with this. So please close your eyes. Breathe, know, and repeat. I am a unique, individualized being in the mind of God. Say it again. I am a unique, individualized being in the mind of God. I connect to this mind through my mind.
I connect to this mind through my mind.
I am a center for the infinite intelligence to flow.
I am a center for the infinite intelligence to flow.
I am a spiritual being having a human experience.
I am a spiritual being having a human experience.
Awesome. Oh almost through it. Kids are going to be back. Oh my God. Okay, so UNIT. And Dr. Ernest Holmes has the word today, and this really aligns with the teachings of Eckhart Tolle and the power of now. So today, have no fear of tomorrow, enjoy today, refuse to carry the corpse of mistaken yesterday. I like that, the corpse of mistaken yesterday. What untold misery is suffered through the burdens. What untold misery is suffered through the burdens imposed by our yesterdays, the bitter prospects of our tomorrows. The good of the present day is too often sandwiched between these two impossible situations, the past and the present. The day in which we live is sufficient. We are to live today as though God were in its heaven, where all is well with our souls. So let's activate this today energy, this now energy. I'm going to share a little poem that Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote. So close your eyes, and then I'll give you a little breathe, know, and repeat. There are no mistakes. None have ever been made, and none ever will be made. Nothing ever happened in the past to hinder or hurt. There is no past, and I know and I see that there is no belief in any past to rise against me. I live in the now, free from any yesterdays or tomorrows. Now I am happy, free, and complete. So let's breathe, know, and repeat after me. I live in the now.
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 Free from any yesterdays or tomorrows.
Free from any yesterdays or tomorrows.
I live in the now.
I live in the now.
I really, really live in the now.
I really, really live in the now.
And I'm happy, free, and complete.
I'm happy, free, and complete.
Awareness that the now moment's the only place that you create. So you're going to be really focused in on the now moment, making sure that your thoughts are really directed on what it is you want to experience. Because the law responds to negative and positive alike. So the last word is yield, you, or yes. There were lots of good ones with why for unity. Ernest Holmes says, we would yield to the truth if we were sure of our spiritual identity. So when we remember who we are, we yield to the truth that we are divine beings with all the power at our fingertips. We're surrounded by and immersed in an intelligent mind, the law that Ernest said is completely receptive, is compelled to receive the images of your thought. It has no other choice. You make up its mind. You make up its mind. So I have a few more things to say, but I'll save those for another time. But you get the idea. Unity. Coming to your own sense of unity, your own sense of oneness, understanding that it's within you that all of this happens. You have to be aware of this. You have to be aware of who you are, and you have to be aware of the power that you have in order to make this work for you. And it only works for you by working through you. So you have to be the activator within yourself of all the love that you're seeking, of all the joy that you're seeking, of all the prosperity that you're seeking. It doesn't magically come from the outside. You have to be it first. So your consciousness has to be aware of the love that you are, the joy that you are, the abundance that you are, the creativity that you are. And as you affirm that for yourself, as you take your true identity, as you claim it, and as you stand in that, you'll begin to see that the universe outside and around you will begin to mirror back to you. That's the law of attraction. It begins to mirror back to you what you are in consciousness. What you are in consciousness. And if you want to know how you're doing so far with this whole practice and teachings, you just look at your life, you take a look, do a little inventory, how's it going for you? And that is a direct reflection of your current consciousness. Now that's the good news and the not so good news, right? So the good news is you can change your thinking and you change your life. Namaste.
Namaste.
And I like to clap, even though you guys didn't think of it, I'm thinking of it, because it affirms what we've done. Alright, so I'm going to do a little prayer for the activation of this. Our prayers here at the Satya Center and within the New Thought philosophy are an activation. We're not begging and beseeching some outside deity. We're actually talking to the innermost God, the God of your understanding. So please turn within and recognize that love has always been present. The love within me is so beautiful, so rich. Feel it now. Feel the love that is bubbling up and supplying you with everything your body needs, my body needs. I speak in the first person. I know that as I take my true identity, as I remember who I am and I unleash and loose this amazing power, the power of my creative intelligence, the power of my mind to co-create with God, as God, that I step into a new order of being, and that my identity is established as I remember every morning who I am. Powerful, loving, kind, generous, peaceful, healed, whole, and healthy and helpful. I activate the energy of yes to this unity. Yes. Yes, I am, and yes, I can, and yes, I do. And so it's in this place of peace and understanding and activated energy that I step into my true identity as a powerful, unique, individualized expression of the One. So I say thank you for the peace that is unfolding as my life. And I speak a word of blessing for everyone in this room, that their lives be infused with the grace of God. Grace is what is happening right now. And I send a blessing out to all churches, mosques, centers, churches, places that are coming together today in the name of good, in the name of God. I send a blessing out to all animals, all sentient beings, to the directions, to the north, the south, the east, and the west, above, below, and within. I send a blessing out to all beings throughout the cosmos, seen and unseen. And to the mystery, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Thank you. So we are a center that is supported by your generosity. And every Sunday we pass the baskets and give you an opportunity to give where you're spiritually fed. So if you've been spiritually fed today and you're giving today, I say thank you ahead of time. So please join me in the blessing of this offering. Joyfully I give with gratitude, for I know that as I give, I am given. I allow the abundant nature of the universe to flow